Hello, welcome in. Get out the cold. Remember, shoes off at the front door. Get some snacks and come take a seat. And join us here in the Music Shack with both
Ray
and Jack. Again, another episode down. Episode 3. That's 3. That was a 4 before. And there's a lot to talk about. And we're just going to get straight into it because Ray has been keeping so many things from me from the Edith's tour. And I want to hear all about it. So let's go.
Yeah, okay. I mean, we talked about it a lot last week, but if you're new here, I was lucky enough to go to Detroit last weekend and go to the Eras tour, which was so fun. I had the best time ever. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I went with one of my friends and we just had a blast. We traveled to Detroit on Friday and then went to the concert on Saturday and then went back on Sunday. So it was totally a whirlwind. Like, I'm so tired. My feet hurt so much, like, all day. Been, like, dying. But it was 100% worth all of that. I don't know. It was so much fun. I wish Jack could have been there. But,
It would have been so good.
like, okay, so my seats were, like, incredible. They were, like, Jack, we can put up a picture of my view. I have a photo, so I can put it up and I could show. But I was like right, if you're an audio listener, I was like right in front of the like, I was in row 7 of Lower Bowl, like right in front of the stage. So not diamond, but like in the back, kind of. So like, but like the stage is massive that like essentially no matter whether you're sitting near diamond or you're sitting like near the front stage or the backstage, like where I was, you have a good view. And like Taylor walks up and down it, so like there'll be times of the show that she'll have your back to you or she'll be facing you no matter where you're sitting. And like that is incredible. I think like it's incredible that like no matter where you're sitting you can have such a good view on a tour. Like, that's insane.
See, when you posted the seats in the Discord, I was like, I didn't realise where you were sitting or what seats you had got, but that they were actually like incredible. Like, it felt so close to like actually.
Yeah,
the
so
stage.
close. It was
So
good.
good.
It was so good, and like, oh my god, like just such an incredible experience. I mean, like I've been to Taylor tours before, and like, I think the vibe was a little bit different, but it was still like just seeing Taylor for like 3.5 hours was like everything I've ever wanted and more. It was so much fun. I think previous tours, like especially Rep Tour, it just felt like it was more of like a family feel, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas this was like a little bit different. And I think it's just because her fan base has grown so much. And I think like you think about how many like, you know, Instagram followers that she had during Rep and like now, you know, like she's grown so much over like from folk, like from Lover wasn't like mainstream success when it first came out, right? Like it was just like it was more community. But from Folklore to now, and like especially after the Midnight's release, she's like blown up on TikTok specifically.
It also just kind of becomes like I feel like because of our concerts are so big and it's like everywhere, I feel like it's also just like an event that people plan and go to, like, so it's like even if they're not the hugest
like something
fan,
to see.
like they have to be there to experience it type thing.
Exactly. I mean, and it's like a once in a lifetime thing to see. It just like it's a different feeling. I mean, I loved the Rep Tour feeling, like how much of a family feel it had, but I also like this was really nice. I mean, at the end of the day, when you go to a concert, you go there for yourself. And, like, I was screaming my heart out and dancing my heart out, like, regardless of what the other people around me were doing. I don't give a shit. I'm going to have the time of my life because I'm there for Taylor.
Yeah, you should. You got there and you were having fun, so don't let everybody ruin it for you.
And it's like, I don't know if you have this feeling when you go to gigs, but it's like, you don't really like it was just especially like this for Taylor, but like I did not believe like that my ticket would even let me in the door until I got there. It's not like I thought I got scammed. Like I triple checked everything. Like that's who I am. I knew it was real tickets. I was just like,
It's
still like scared that like something was gonna happen, something was gonna go wrong, I was gonna miss my train there,
oh my
or like
gosh, no.
whatever. I would have mental
That would
breakdown.
be
Like you just
horrible.
I know. I don't know if you have that feeling when you go to gigs. It's just like something's gonna go wrong. Like especially ones like Taylor where you've been waiting for so long, and like you just feel like something will go wrong.
Yeah, it's up until like the door, and even when you're in there, until it like I think till the main act's on stage, like who you're there to see, it like kind of feels like that. And it's actually really funny that you said that, because there was like news that broke today about someone that went in and were seated at their seats and were like given bracelets and then came back to their seats. And then someone, like, people came up and were like, oh, these are our sheets. And it actually was their sheets, but they got, like, people involved. And it turns out they had bought fake tickets. And it's crazy because they looked so real that they got in.
I'm just, like, shocked. So, like, this was at Ford Field, which is where I was at. And so when we walked in the door, you know, you go through, like, a metal detector or whatever. And then once you're through the metal detector, you go up to this thing, and there's like a you know, someone who works for Ford Field standing there and to help you. And then there's this machine, and like your ticket is like a tap, like how you would tap a credit card kind of thing, but it's on your phone. So you just tap your phone, you just tap your phone against this machine, and it like this big green check mark comes up on the screen, and then you get to walk in. And I'm assuming that if it's a fake ticket, that green check mark won't come up. So how the fuck did they get inside?
I don't know. Like, I didn't read the full thread because it just happened. Like, I just seen it today. But yeah, like to get in and then like surely at that point, if they're in and like pretty much seated and ready to go, like you just let them stay.
There's surely like there's I didn't see any empty seats personally around me.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there was like one or two empty seats somewhere that they could have sat in. And like honestly, if I was them, like honest to God, I mean, I think that it might have been like one of the workers like saw this happen and told them to go to guest services, or like took them to guest services, which probably is why that's what happened. But if that didn't happen, I would just stay in the arena, in the stadium, because as soon as Taylor goes on, like, because you can just, like, hang out in, like, the, you know, pretend you're getting food or standing in line for merch or whatever. And, like, and then as soon as Taylor gets on and, like, text people, if you know other people in the stadium, like, you know, do they have any empty seats around them?
Yeah.
And then as soon as Taylor gets on, you just sprint to one of those empty seats, because as soon as Taylor gets on, they stop checking tickets to get into sections. You can just walk in. So it doesn't even matter.
It's just a shame that this happened, because I don't think they like thought about that until like obviously it was too late. But that would be a horrible moment. Like that's
I would cry. I would actually cry. Like I think if that happened to me, but like I can't imagine. But yeah, overall it was really, really good. Owen was the first opening act we had. He was incredible. I wasn't like too familiar with his music before this, but oh my god, he was so really good. I loved him. Girl in Red was incredible as expected. Loved her. Yeah, so Taylor picked such good opening acts. I'm so happy. Yeah, they were just incredible. But yeah, we got in. So like, I guess I could like talk through my whole experience. But like, so you know, we got ready, and then we got down to the stadium. We got to the stadium around 4, and doors opened at 4:30. But obviously, like, it was so crowded by that point. So we walked around a little bit, but like you couldn't move because people were crowding outside the like gates essentially to line up so they could get in first. So then we ended up just like standing in one of the lines, and like the lines weren't very organized like outside of the stadium, but I think it was because we got there before doors open. Like if we had gotten there at like not at 4 but like at 5, like 30 minutes after doors open, it would have been like completely fine outside. I think it's just because a lot of people like us were like anxious and just wanted to get in as soon as they possibly could. And so but it's fine. Like, we were just standing there, and it was a bit hot out. It was like 30 degrees, so it was kind of shit to stand outside. But like, luckily it was hot out. But like, it was a covered, like fully closed arena, stadium, not an arena. Jesus. So like, because it was covered, like, there was AC, so it wasn't like I wasn't dying. I like genuinely don't like. I'm happy that it was covered, because I just think, like, I'm scared, like, for Europe dates, especially because, like, you know, like, the UK is so north, for example. The sun doesn't fucking set till, like, 10:30 in the summer.
Yeah.
So, like, essentially she gets off at, like, 11. So the entire concert's going to be in the sun. Like, you're going to be outside in the sun, and, like, you're going to be, like, you could burn or whatever.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to keep putting on sunscreen and have to bring like sunglasses
rain
and
show
stuff.
every single night, which it definitely could be. But recently we've had quite nice weather,
Yeah.
so I don't know. I
mean,
what I prefer.
it doesn't rain that much in the summer, does it? I don't know.
No, but it's
like,
just like, it's really just
like,
a hit or miss sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, if it's a rain show every night, whatever.
Iconic.
It'll be fun regardless. Like, I was happy it was covered. Like, I feel like it made me less anxious as well, because I personally, like, I wouldn't want to go to a rain show. I don't know what you think about a rain show.
I think it'd be fun.
I think it would be fun. Like, I think in the moment it would be fun, but I think, like, while you're waiting for Taylor to get on and stuff,
yeah,
and you're, like, drenched, I'd be complaining.
But I feel like you just forget it all when Taylor walks on stage. You'd be like,
yeah, when Taylor walks on stage, like, it's just the best, regardless of whether it's raining or not. And, like, the one thing I've heard from people who go to rain shows is that, like, you have to be really careful. Like, you can't take videos or anything, because, like, a lot of people's phones get water damage.
oh, okay, yeah.
If they keep them out. Like, you have to keep them in, like, your clear bag or like a Ziploc waterproof case or something.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're screwed. So it was nice. Once we got in, like, the line, like, once the doors opened, the line was moving so fast, because they have, like, 30 different metal detectors and, like, 7 different gates around the stadium, and, like, everything's automatic. You just walk through this thing. They, like, look at your bag, and then you put your phone against this ticket check, and then you walk in. Like, it's, like, completely automated. They just have people there to, like, help you if you need it, but it's so quick. I mean, that's, like, they have to get that many people in, so they have to be quick. So it was great. And then we got in. We went to the merch line right away, because we were in early. We didn't have to deal with hell merch lines, which was, like, probably the best part about getting there early.
Yeah, they've looked very, like, hectic. Like, I don't know.
We only waited, like, 15 minutes in the merch line, maybe. Like, we waited, but we didn't wait that long. Ford Field was really good. Essentially, like, they were managing merch lines, so we went to a merch line that was right by the gate, because it wasn't very long when we got in.
Yeah.
But, like, right when, like, maybe, like, 3 or 4 people came in after us into the line, and then they were like, then they closed the line, and they said, you have to go somewhere else in the stadium, because they have merch, like, every 3 sections. Like, you know, they have so many merch stands in the stadium. So they essentially were just like, you have to go somewhere else. Just to, like, manage that, like, the line at the gate doesn't get so long. And, like, all, like, essentially they were, like, communicating with each other to manage that, like, all of the merch lines were, like, similar length around the stadium, to make sure that nobody's waiting, like, an hour when one of the merch lines is, like, completely empty.
Yeah.
Which I've heard happen at other stadiums, so that's good.
Yeah, sounds pretty organized, to be fair.
Yeah, it was good. And then, what else? And then we went up, we took some photos, we got food, because it was only 4:30, and then we got there at 4, and we hadn't had dinner, we just had lunch, so we wanted to have, like, something to hold us over. Just, like, shitty stadium food. So fun. Then we watched the openers, stood in the line for the bathroom for, like, the line for the bathroom, honestly, I think I waited longer than the merch to go to the bathroom. Really? Because I went in between Owen and Girl in Red, which is probably, like, a popular time to go. But, yeah, it was quite long.
I seen that the floor seats, I think at one of the Detroit shows, it was like 10 minutes before Taylor came on, and like there was like nobody in their seats because they were all like away in the bathroom before she came on.
Yeah.
So you might have picked an okay
So
time to
funny.
go, to be fair.
Yeah, maybe like everyone was going, like a girl standing like in the row like in front of me, she went to the bathroom during Tolerate It.
That is
and
a
it looked
crime.
like she had like, I know, she came back and like she told the person next to her, I timed that, and I was like, what? Like, why would you choose to go during Tolerate It? Like, excuse me, you missed an incredible song. Like, fuck that.
No, that is actually criminal. How do you miss
and then
Tolerate It?
I know, so sad. I mean, whatever. I told you that I'm here for myself, but I am totally judging people around me too. I'm so bad. Anyway, and then what else happened? Oh, yeah, and then Taylor got on. It was so much fun. I was singing every single word. But some of the people around me weren't. I was like having the time of my life. I'm all the shows I've gone to recently, I've been in like general admission, having to queue, or like if you get their doors, you're like stuck standing at the back or whatever.
Yeah.
Or even like shows that are like small that people queue, they don't get there early. They're like 10 minutes early. Like when I went to Bear, I got there 10 minutes early and I was barricaded because it was like 200 people.
Yeah. That's so sick.
I know, so it's amazing. Every show should be like that, let's be real, but it's not.
Pre-COVID
it's okay that it's not. I mean, it wasn't like that pre-COVID either, but it was like you have to get there like 3 or 4 hours early to get barricade, not like at like a 1,000-person venue. It was like a few hours early, not like
field day
7 a.m. early.
Yeah. No, go back, please.
I mean, I don't know what time people are queuing for. That was like, I usually get there like afternoon, unless it's like an artist I really, really, really want to be barricade for. Like when I went to Gracie, I think I got there at like 4.
Yeah.
And the queue was really long at that point, but it was like, I could have got there at doors, but then I had like a really shit spot. I just forgot what it's like to have like a seat and like your own little space that like nobody else can take. And like, it's so nice. Like I love that. I love like GA shows for like what they are, and like the small little venues, and they're not seated, and that's so great. But I like that I could like stand up and like dance, and like I'm not like pushing anyone, there's no one squishing me. Like I have room to like move my arms and be like yeah, and like dance and like do whatever I want in this like little 1x1 square that I'm allocated to. I don't know. And like Taylor said something during the show that felt like so towards me. She was like, oh my god, you guys are performers. And I was like like you're not just singing along, you're performing. And I'm like, that's totally me. Like when I go to a concert like Taylor, I'm like fucking dancing, and I'm not just singing, I'm like vibing.
It's the best way to be.
I am performing.
Performer. You're just a backup performer for them. You're free performative art.
I think people thought I was insane because like during like blank space, I like knew all the little dance moves because like, you know, I'm crazy. Then so there's these 2 girls behind me, and I think one of the girls brought her friend who like only knows radio Taylor Swift songs or something.
Yeah. Because
I wasn't paying full attention because I was trying to have time, like the time of my life. But during All Too Well, like Taylor was about to say All Too Well, sing All Too Well, and I just overhear the girl behind me say, no, when was it? No, okay. The first incident that I heard was during Reputation. She was like, I think it was during Delicate. She was like, oh, I don't know this song. Like, you know, what songs will I know on the set list? And the girl next to her was like, oh, she sings a few songs from each era. Like, you can look up what the set list is. And like, and then during All Too Well, when it started, I just overheard something like that. I mean, I wasn't fully paying attention because I was trying to enjoy myself. But I kind of was just like, what? And then I just like went on with my life. And then during All Too Well, she was like, this was like very clear because it's like a softer song, and like she's playing it like just on her guitar. So she was like, oh my God, I know this song. And she was like, yay. And then her friend was like, yay, we can sing it together. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I get it. I get that Taylor has like 700 million songs. And not everyone who goes to her concerts are going to know the lyrics to every single one of them. Right? Yeah. Like, I know that. I don't expect people to. There's like 80,000 people there, right? Like, you know, some of them will know all the lyrics and some of them won't. And, you know, I think it's kind of crazy because, like, during the songs like Love Story and You Belong With Me and Style and, like, songs that everybody knows, like, everybody knows, right? Like, whether you're a Swiftie or not. Yeah. The stadium was so loud. Like, I cannot fathom how loud it was. Like, every single person was screaming. Everyone was dancing. And then songs like Tolerate It and, like, half the stadium is sitting down.
Apparently like, half the stadium was in the bathroom at Tolerate It, apparently. Which is, I still can't get over.
Okay. I found that Folklore was the era that people sat down. The most people around me sat down. Because maybe it's because it was like, you know, it's like a slower era. Like, you can't really dance to Folklore. Right? And it's not like Evermore that it's like, you know, the first few eras of the set. Like, Evermore's the third one, right? Like, you're not really tired by that point. By the time it comes to Folklore, like, your feet are starting to get sore, so you could use a little bit of, like, a break of standing. Yeah. Which I think is fine. Like, if you need to sit down during a concert and you have a seat, sit down and sing your heart out. Like, I don't care. You don't need to stand. But I do care if you're gonna, like, make snarky comments. So, like, the part that, like, annoyed me, and, like, the people around me, like, they knew most of the songs on the set list because they obviously did their research and, like, studied all the songs on the set list, which is great. But the part that, like, really annoyed me was during the surprise songs. So during the surprise songs, we had All You Had to Do Was Stay, which was amazing. Yes. Like, Taylor's rushing through these 1989 songs, so I'm so happy I got a 1989 song. Like, so happy. I feel, like, so lucky that, like, there was, like, 4 1989 songs left before my show, and I got one of them. Like, I wasn't expecting a 1989 song, so I was so happy. Yeah. And, like, that's also one of my favorites. Such a good song. It is.
Like, hot take, 1989 is not one of my, like, favorite albums. Like, I think it's probably one of my least favorite albums. But it's just because it has, like, so much radio play, and, like, I don't know. I'll go into it more another day. But
I think my favorite. Yeah, we can talk about, like, when there's, like, slower weeks. We'll definitely do, like, album rankings and talk about stuff like that. But oh my God, like, I feel like you're right, but, like, the hits on 1989, like, to me aren't, like, the good. Like, they're good. Like, I love Shaking My Ass to Shake It Off. But, like, I like New Romantics, like, Clean, All You Have to Do Is Stay. Oh my God, those songs are amazing.
That you literally got such, like, I was asleep and I tried to stay up for it, but, like, you probably got one of the best songs off 1989 you probably could have got.
Oh, I was so happy. I screamed so much. And nobody around me was singing. Okay, so she started singing, like, because she didn't say it was All You Have to Do Is Stay, but she was like, oh, there's this bit, I've never played this song acoustic, and I'm gonna need your help, because there's this bit in the song that's really high pitched that goes like, stay, and then everyone's, like, the crowd started screaming, and, like, obviously at that point I know what song it is, I'm not fucking dumb, but, like, okay, not to call the people who don't know dumb, but, like, you know, if you don't know all the lyrics, maybe, like, you don't know what song that is right away. Yeah. And that's fine. Like, I don't expect people to know. So I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then I was really excited, and then the song started, and I started singing. And and I started, and then I like looked around, and like my one other person, the girl who left for Tolerate It, she was the only one singing along. And like the people in front of me and behind me, I mean, that I could like see in my general vicinity. I'm not like searching for people who's singing.
Yeah.
And I just think like when you go to a concert, like yes, part of it is like sharing that live music with the artist, but like also sharing it with the people around you, like everyone singing their heart out. And like that's why I like going to smaller artist gigs, because like when you go there, like everyone's a big fan kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's not like this artist is played on the radio and they know 3 songs. Yeah. So, and I get it. That's why I think like it's fine. I wasn't upset that nobody was singing, by the way. Like I just want to make that really clear before I get attacked.
Yeah.
I was okay with that no one was singing. I glanced at those girls who I talked about before behind me. One of them was on her phone while she was singing All You Have to Do Is Stay, and I was like, okay, I get it if you don't know the lyrics, but Taylor picks that song for you, regardless of whether you know the song or not. She picked it for you, for this audience, which you are in, and that is special. Like, yeah. Regardless of whether it's your favorite song or not, we all know I wanted King of My Heart. Yes, I didn't get King of My Heart, but I'm not upset. I was so fucking happy. It's 2 songs. Yeah. Like, even if I got my least favorite Taylor songs, my 2 least favorite Taylor songs, which I don't even know what those are, but like, if I got those 2 songs, I wouldn't be mad. Like, I would be like, yeah, like, Taylor chose those songs to me, so they're for me, so they're special, right?
Yeah.
They're special that she wanted to share that with this crowd that I was in, and I'm going to enjoy it. And even if I didn't like them, there's 42 other songs on the set list that I like.
Yeah, you've got plenty to choose from. It's not like you're limited.
Yeah. and so that's fine. And then Breathe. Then she sang Breathe. And she didn't have an opening speech for Breathe. So it was like total whiplash. It took me like a little bit of time. She started singing. And then I like just started singing the lyrics. Because you know when a Taylor song starts playing and you're just like, I love this song. And I start singing along because I just like it's. And then I was like, oh my God, it's Breathe. And then I was like, it just didn't click right away. Oh. And then, oh my God, I was sobbing. And then she was crying. She was crying during Breathe. Oh. And like, you know, I was right there, so I could see her so clearly. And you can like see the tears going down her face. And I was like, oh my God.
Bless her.
Oh my God, my baby. Joe Alwyn, I'm going to fight you. You did this to her. I hate you. It was so sad.
I'm actually quite upset she wasn't like, oh, so that there all you had to do was stay, but now all you have to do is, and then just started singing Breathe. That would have been so funny. Just feel like she's so good at our intro quips, but she
yeah,
didn't say
but
anything.
I think like recently she doesn't say anything because I think she just stopped doing it because like right now she's obviously like processing her emotions with like her breakup. And like she went through Rebound. Obviously, that was how she was processing at that moment. And now she's like reeling with those emotions now that she's single again, and singing songs is what helps her.
Yeah.
And singing the songs with us and making her feel heard when we're all singing those lyrics back to her is what helps her. And the fact that we can do that for her is incredible. Like I am so thankful for that. Like, I'm so thankful that we can be there for Taylor in these moments. And if she doesn't want to talk to us about it and she just wants to sing, girl, I don't care. You do you. I'm not going to be upset about it. But yeah, it was quite sad. But Breathe is such a good song. Yeah. More people were singing to Breathe.
Okay.
I wonder, I don't know what it is. I feel like Breathe is in my honest opinion, I thought that Breathe was a lesser known song than All You Had to Do Was Stay. So I'm surprised that more people were singing to Breathe. But I think it was like when Taylor was in her like country era, she had this like, you know, audience that like didn't really follow her into her pop era.
Yeah.
That are all fans of Taylor again now, that like left during 1989 and came back when like Folklore happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, to be fair, as they should though, because Folklore is a masterpiece.
No, Folklore is a masterpiece. I'm not like complaining about those people. I'm just saying that like that might be why more people knew Breathe than.
Yeah. Well, is it maybe as well just because obviously we've had like the
it's a Taylor's
version of it, yeah. So is it maybe just fresh in people's minds?
Yeah, that may also be why more people were singing. But still, not a lot of people around me were singing. But who cares? It's not a big deal. Like, I loved it. It was great. I was vibing, and I mean, I wasn't really vibing. It was quite sad song.
Vibing with tears in your eyes.
Yeah. After the show ended, it was funny because I kind of heard this collective sigh of like people being like, oh, I don't know this song. And I was just like, I just ignored it because I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then after the show, I heard when we were walking back, you know, people are talking to their friends and they're like, some people are like, I didn't know either of the surprise songs and like, it sucks, like yada, yada, yada. And then someone was like, we were walking back and there was this group of two girls behind us and they were like, what songs did she even sing? Like, I didn't even, like, she should have just sang something we all know. Like, what was that song? It was like Stayin' Alive or something. And I was like, what the hell? Like, you're gonna sit here and complain about songs that you didn't know being on the surprise songs. Like, what I think that people don't understand is that they are locals. Like, you are a local. You don't know every song and you don't know every lyric, and that is fine. Nobody expects you to do that. You can still come to Taylor's show. But if you want to complain about it after, fuck you. Do not come to Taylor's show. Do not take a ticket away from a Swiftie who would have died to hear those songs live, because I don't care. Like, there's 42 other songs on the set list, and if you didn't know them and whatever, don't complain about it afterwards and like act like your whole night was ruined because of like 2 fucking songs. Like, no, it's gonna be the best time regardless. And if like that's all you can remember after the show is complaining about your surprise songs, then you should not be there. I just really hate it.
Yeah, there's just been a sense of entitlement. I think it's obviously just come from like the whole surprise song thing is like really fun, but then people just take it too far and like they forget, like, if Taylor doesn't mess up the song, like, you're the only one that gets to hear that.
Yeah.
Like, obviously when she goes to international then she'll change, but like it's this practically your song. If she doesn't mess it up in any way, like, it's your song. So like, just be happy that you got to hear something that nobody else has got to hear. Like, that could be someone's favourite song. And you're like,
and there are people on Twitter crying about every night. There is somebody on Twitter crying that their song was lost.
Yeah.
Think about that person. Like, and you got to be there. You got to be there. So just enjoy it, whether you know the lyrics or not. Don't sit there on your phone. Just enjoy it. I don't know. It just makes me upset knowing that, like, just the vibe in the concert was very, like, there were a lot. I could literally tell who in the stadium was a stan. So obvious. Yeah. And I just think of the people who are like left behind without tickets, who are stans and deserve to be in the stadium, and that other people got tickets instead of them, and it makes me upset. And I really hope that, like, I think it's okay. I think Taylor she's made a lot of her set list catered to locals, like including songs like Love Story and Style and all of that. Like, there's a lot of hits on, 22. There's a lot of hits on her set list, and people know the lyrics to majority of the songs because they just listen to the radio, which is great. But she picks those 2 songs. Those 2 surprise songs are for her stans, like for her diehard fans. And it shouldn't. It sucks that TikTok has made like this surprise song thing. Like I saw a thread on Twitter today of like someone ranking all of the surprise songs so far, and like somebody like people being like, oh, like if you were at this show you had the best surprise songs and you should be lucky. And it's like, remember during rep tour when we were all just like happy for each other for hearing certain songs?
Yeah.
Like, it's not a contest, and it's nothing to be like, I was there, or whatever TikTok has made surprise songs into. I'm not on TikTok.
We are, though.
But
Music Shack
we
Podcast.
are. Music Shack Podcast is on TikTok because we hate TikTokers, but we love getting followers.
Yeah.
Don't put this on TikTok, Jack.
Yeah, follow us and shout abuse at us in the comments, and also check out the podcast while you're typing your hate message on TikTok.
If you're a TikToker and you hate this message, go follow our TikTok and type a hate comment because it helps us.
We're like the super villains of the Swifties at this moment in time. Be nice to us, please.
No, I'm so sorry, but I just think like if you're getting mad at people for hearing certain surprise songs, if you're like using surprise songs as clout, or like, I get it, like the surprise songs are a big thing. Like I tune in every weekend on a live stream just for the surprise songs.
Yeah,
because it's fun and it's exciting, and I love the live streams because no matter what, even if my favorite song gets sang, I get to be there. Yeah. Regardless whether I'm there or not, I get to watch it. So that's so fun, and it's so fun that we get to experience that together. Yeah, using it as clout and like letting it define your whole experience is not it, in my opinion.
No, just enjoy it, genuinely.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my Eras Tour experience. There's not really much more. I think I just like rambled along about the same thing, but
it's fine.
It was a good time. Getting back home was kind of hell. Like, you know, there's so many people, and like just getting out of the stadium, it's always going to be hell. So make sure, like, if you're going to get an Uber, if you're going to get transit, just plan ahead, have backup options, and enjoy your time. It's so much fun.
Can't wait to go sometime.
I know. Yeah, because let's talk about the Europe dates.
Oh yeah.
Because Jack, you are potentially going to go to the Eras Tour when she comes to in Europe, which Leaks Nation said that Europe dates are coming soon and like being finalized, so that's fun. That's so exciting.
Yeah, what was it like? At least they know, like, was it France and
Italy. For right now, because the it's not like confirmed, but it's pretty much confirmed because Ticketmaster changed. Like if you go on Ticketmaster France and Ticketmaster Italy, they changed the picture for Taylor Swift from the Reputation Tour picture to the Eras Tour picture. Yeah. Whereas like on like Ticketmaster UK, it's still the Reputation Tour Australia. That doesn't mean she's not coming to the UK. It just means that like
that's what they've updated.
Maybe they're still finalizing. They haven't updated it yet because it's still being finalized or whatever. But
sort of the same vibes as it was where before they announced the Latin America. Like everybody's talking about it, and there's like kind of rumblings about like where she's going or how many shows she'll do at a certain area. So I don't know.
The thing with tour is like, I think Taylor, as soon as everything's finalized, Taylor announces it right away because it's really hard to keep things secret because so many different people know at that point.
Yeah.
It's not like just her team who knows. It's like everyone at these venues knows. And like at that point, it's not a secret anymore. So like, because what happened with the America tour was like literally every single date was leaked like the day before the announcement.
Yeah.
So...
We'll definitely
and like it was all
soon.
completely accurate.
Like regarding like probably the next couple of weeks. But we also did get a New Mexico date added today and two new Brazil dates.
Two new Brazil dates, which is so good. I think it's great. I don't know if you saw like people were in Brazil, people were being like, for the scalpers were like, you know how we mentioned last week that people were queuing for tickets?
Yeah.
So like scalpers would like physically threaten people at the front of the queue to like get their spot in line. And I'm like, that's so fucked up.
Yeah.
Like Taylor needs to do something. I mean the police and stuff should also do something, but like just the fact that this is like such a huge problem now after everything that happened in the US, like Taylor, like something had to have changed. I don't know why she didn't do it. There's no excuse. If the Europe dates go down, they'll probably all be on Ticketmaster. And if the same shit happens, like there's no excuse for Taylor's team anymore.
It's gonna
like,
be heck, honestly. Like, it's
yeah.
very scared for it. I just feel like there's a lot of drama on like everything right now, especially the whole 22 hat situation.
Oh yeah.
And there was definitely one at your show, right?
Yeah, well, it wasn't drama. Like, I mean, I have a video of the girl getting the 22 hat.
So fun.
If you want, you can put it in.
Yeah, I'll put it on.
But, like, she didn't look, like, visibly excited, like, whatever. Like, she looked like, she had this, like, look on her face, like, she was, like, perplexed. Like, not, like, perplexed. She was just, like, in shock.
Yeah.
You know? Like, oh, my God. And she's, like, I don't know, maybe she's, like, 10. I don't know how old she was. And so, like, Taylor, like, tried to give her a high five, and she was just kind of, like, in shock. And it was, like, I think that triggered people on Twitter to be like, kids shouldn't get it because they don't appreciate it. And it's, like, I'm sorry. Like, everyone has their reactions to things, and she clearly appreciated that moment regardless. She looked, you guys will see, like, if we put the video in here, like, you can see how happy she is regardless. And like, there are so many moments of Taylor from, like, years ago with people who are adults now with them as kids. And it's like, let them be happy.
Yeah.
Like, it's just kids. It's like, I don't know why there's discourse about it. Twitter makes discourse about everything.
Yeah, there was just, I think the comment I seen was like, why give it to kids? They're not going to remember it. Like, they're not going to forget a moment like that. And even if they grow out of, like, liking Taylor, like, it happens, and it's, like, it's still a moment they're allowed to, like, have. And
they're allowed to have, and they're going to have for the rest of their life. And a lot of these kids have parents who are huge fans of Taylor and probably have been their whole life. So, like, if I was a parent and my kid got asked to get the 22 hat, I'd be freaking out. Even if they weren't going to remember it, I would remember it for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that would be the sickest moment ever. Like, to maybe not to even get a Taylor notice yourself, but just to have someone, you know, in, like, your family to get a Taylor notice is such a sick thing.
I mean, like, you bring your child there and then they get, I would freak. Anyway, I think there's enough, like, Taylor talk.
Yes, let's move on to other things.
So, Dream Girl by Baby Queen came out, which is so fun, last Friday. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, we held off from watching it. We actually just done a reaction, and it will be in the Discord, which is on the middle of the screen, the Discord. We just reacted to the music video. I'd waited all this time to watch it and listen to it. Huge Baby Queen fans, and it was such a it was so awesome. It was so
good. The music video was so good, and like the bridge bit of the song, like where she's like talking, oh my god, I love that. Definitely give it a listen and join the Discord and watch our reaction, because we were flipping out. It was fun.
It was so fun.
And also join the Discord because we put some videos of the Eras Tour, but I posted a shit ton of content and videos from me at the Eras Tour.
Yeah.
So
join it, or you're gonna miss it all.
Join the Discord or cry. And there may be more exclusive content coming. So if you never want to miss it, you should definitely join the Discord. But yeah, I think I'm really excited for Baby Queen's album. I don't know about you.
So excited. I think just the talking bit. Obsessed with it, very like Dover Beach esque, and just love the style, and very excited for the new album. I think it's gonna be so fun. Just so excited, can't wait. But so much exciting music like coming out, and like albums and everything coming out as well, and it's I'm just excited. So good.
I'm so excited. Also out last Friday, Noah Kahan, his deluxe version of Stick Season was out, and oh my god, so freaking good. So good. I think my favorite is like You're Gonna Go Far, which might be a hot take. I feel like Dial Drunk is most people's favorite. But I don't know, I just was really relatable for me, like moving out of my family's home and like to a new city, and like just everything, like don't hate me for leaving you, I'm gonna do great things. I know, it's just like ugh, I don't know how he just like writes such relatable music, but it's so good.
No, like it's always so good when I'm like a song like that connects with you, and
Yeah,
like having songs
sure.
like that have that kind of meaning where it's like leaving home and like the whole like feelings that are involved with that are always, I feel like they connect to so many people as well. So yeah, they're always just so much fun.
And then Jack, you were gonna talk about the Selena Gomez stuff.
Yeah, so there's literally not much, but literally just before we started recording, so we're recording this on the Monday, and Leaks Nation, I believe if it's still there, just put out a tweet saying 6 hours ago, Selena Gomez in August.
Oh,
yeah, so
that's fun.
I don't know what's coming.
I didn't see that. I mean, I don't know how Leaks Nation gets all their shit, but they're almost always right, so I believe it.
Yeah, I don't know who they are or where they are, but they're getting so much information, so I'm just gonna pretend and like believe it, and if we're wrong, then I'm so sorry.
Real.
But
it's totally real.
That's exciting.
Yes,
don't know what it means,
exciting.
But something's coming. It'll be interesting.
And then Olivia, there's a new voicemail.
Yeah, so on the like the Sour like hotline.
Yeah.
If you dial it, this was like posted by Livy's HQ, and there was a bunch of other pages and stuff posting it. But they changed, so it now says after you dial it, it says hey, you've reached Olivia. I suck at voicemails, but leave me a text. I'll be back to you by June 30th. Bye, like me, bye.
Oh my god.
So that's exciting. So we know something's
so
coming.
Exciting.
It's just exciting. It's coming closer, and
yeah.
Just another.
I wonder what's coming. Yeah, I really wonder what's coming. I think. I don't know what you think. I think it'll probably be like the first single of an album potentially, and then an album announcement, and then a first single like out now kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that's my guess.
If it's all this for an album announcement and we don't get a new song, that's gonna be sad. But I think it has to be a new song.
I think it'll be a new single and an album announcement probably. But stay tuned. We will talk about whatever it is on the podcast. So,
Yeah, hopefully it's on a Monday or a Tuesday or Sunday, so we can talk.
Well, June 30th to Friday. So
shit. Okay, well, keep it on Twitter and everything and Discord, and we'll talk about it then.
We'll definitely talk about it in the Discord, and then we'll also talk about it on the next week's podcast, of course.
Can maybe we have a wee bit more understanding that our podcast comes out on a Thursday? Like,
I know it's kind of shit timing, honestly, that when New Music Friday is like the day after, but you know what? That's what works for our schedule, so don't blame us.
Yeah, just wait and listen to our reactions for everything.
So true. And next week, I mean, on Friday, Good Riddance Deluxe comes out, which is so exciting.
So exciting.
4:05. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. And then The Good Witch is out the next week, which is also screaming. And Maisie just posted a snippet of The Band and I, which is very personal to me because I went to a show on that tour. The Good Witch, you signed up for this North America tour that Maisie is singing about. It's Maisie's Long Live. Like, literally, it's Maisie's Long Live. Like, I'm so excited for that song. And I was there!
You'll have that
so that's
forever.
really special.
You'll be able to hold that forever. You were there.
Yeah.
You were part of it.
I was there.
I have Sabrina tomorrow, so we're recording this on Monday.
Oh my god!
And Sabrina tomorrow, so exciting.
That's so fun. We're going to hear all your stories next week about Sabrina.
Yeah,
oh my god,
and she changed her merch as well. So see, obviously, how it has the I love Sabrina and like scored out, and it says like something. I have to bleep that on YouTube. But they have that. But they put like in it under it, so like that for like the UK tour or like the tour. So I might get a t-shirt.
So funny.
But
oh my god, do it!
I can't wait to hear Skinny Dippin' live. I love that song.
And then wear it on the next. If you whatever merch you get, if you go to a concert, the podcast rule, whatever merch you get, you have to wear. So I'm wearing my Blue Crew. So you have to wear Sabrina merch next time.
Okay, I'll either be wearing that or SZA merch because I have SZA on Thursday.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I think it'll be Sabrina merch because SZA and Hydro merch.
Whatever merch you want.
It's always
I
so
also
expensive.
saw Dylan. I never even talked about that. I saw Dylan on Tuesday. Which was so fun. She played her new song Liar Liar for the first time in Toronto, which was incredible. There's some videos of it in the Discord as well. So definitely if you're a Dylan fan and you want to see my tour videos of her in Toronto, oh my god, best time.
It looks so
There
fun.
was this funny group of people who are definitely there for Bob Dylan, and they were like barricade. And then during the opener, they left because they realized when the opener was like, oh my god, it's Gay Pride Month and everyone here is gay. And they were like, what is happening? And then they left.
Oh, okay.
And which is probably really funny and like probably maybe a little bit homophobic, but like I don't blame them because they were right in front of me and blocking my view, so I got a good view because they left. So yay
Yeah,
me.
it's iconic for that exact reason.
Well, thank you guys for listening. It was really, really, really good episode. So Jack's going to all the shows next week, so we're gonna get to hear all about that. And then yeah, that's it. I anything else you want to say, Jack?
No, I think we've got a busy week. Next 2 weeks in terms of like releases and stuff. All that we're really hyped for.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
We stand Gracie and Maisie, so
We got Gracie, Maisie, and then Olivia. Literally back to back to back. This week is Gracie, next week is Maisie, next week is Olivia. Like, are we gonna survive?
I don't think
we
so.
are not gonna survive.
If we don't make it, if you don't hear from us after June, then we've not survived. The podcast is over and we're over.
We're over. Dead. Done.
Jack and Ray can't come to the phone right now. Why? Because they're dead.
Because we're dead. Anyway, bye. We'll see you all next week.
Bye. Check out Discord, Twitter, everything. Go. No.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye.